Hello my friends, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come on today and do a reading for you guys. I don't know if you can hear it, probably. I am sitting right by the window. I'm such a weirdo. We're having a giant snowstorm and I have the window open because it's quiet. It's quiet when it snows. Unfortunately, there's a lot of wind though, so if it gets too noisy, I will shut the window, but we have fresh air blowing in. I love it. So I was organizing my room, like you guys know, and I found this deck. It's a crystal deck, and I thought I'd come on and see what message you guys need to hear today. I hope you're doing well. We have heart protection right away, and that makes me feel... I don't know why it makes me feel sad. I feel... It's very interesting, the energy I'm feeling today. I do feel like if you're worried about your connection or you're worried about love coming into your life, Spirit's saying you're protected, especially with the energy of 7. Whatever you're doing right now, you are on the right path. It's interesting that we have nature's cycles here because that makes me think of, Wheel of Fortune and how life goes in cycles, even connections. So let's see what's happening. That was weird. They're still a little sticky. We have 17 on the bottom, which shows the star energy, which says channel. There could be something that you're wishing for. Maybe you're wishing for your connection to go well or someone to come into your life. We have fun with the energy of death and rebirth. So that's very interesting energy that's coming out, you guys. That's really interesting. Maybe there was an ending in the past and now you have the peace to move on. The energy of fun makes me think something's about to happen. Something good in your life is about to happen. So again, maybe there's a rebirth and there's celebration about that, or maybe there's a new beginning because maybe you're finally at peace with whatever happens on your journey. So let's see. I hope you guys are doing well. You're so sweet. I just love you guys. Look, we have manifestation and it's number 6. Have you been manifesting a lover? Amazing. So very interesting. I kind of want to just peek. Do I want to peek? No, I don't think I do. I think I just want to keep going. I think I want to do this intuitively for this one. Oh my goodness. So what I'm seeing here is we do have manifestation, and it's interesting how it's green because it makes me think that it does have to do with the heart. It has to do with love. And I feel like you're manifesting something in. So perhaps you've been manifesting a past person back in, or perhaps this is a new person coming in. Because like I said, I did see the energy of death and rebirth and then celebration, having fun. So either that's, I'm seeing a reconciliation, or that's someone new. So let's have a look, you guys. Let's see what you need to hear. Oh my gosh, that's magic. You tell me that's not magic. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You tell me that's not magic. That's the first card we cut open to. I think that's amazing. Anyway, look at that. I think that's magical. So I'm not going to share with you what's on the bottom right now, but we'll continue going. Definitely happening in divine timing. We do have 3 on the bottom. I think it's 3. And 7, 10 does equal Wheel of Fortune energy. The fact that we have 3 and 7 makes me think of the Empress and Chariot energy. So perhaps you're moving forward with your life. Perhaps you're moving forward with, I talked a lot about detachment yesterday. So perhaps you're someone who's feeling more detached and you're kind of feeling like you're ready to go wherever the wind takes you. I definitely feel like you've been manifesting someone though, either past person or new. So let's see what this heart protection says. Very interesting. I love that magicness. It's on page 24, which is 6, which is lovers. Anyway. Pink fluorite. It looks purple to me, but what do I know? Pink fluorite is a stone for your heart chakra. You might be in need of some heart protection. Oh no, see, this is what I was sensing. Listen, if you have recently gone through a breakup or someone you love, and I saw, anyway, you're okay, all right? I feel like crying. You're all right. Meh. Your heart may be vulnerable to even the slightest bit of stress. Oh, your heart just needs some space and protection to heal. When your heart is out of balance, it can affect all of your other chakras, which can accentuate issues or just bring more sorrow. Let fluorite help protect you from any more undue stress, and allow it to bring organization back into your life by helping you dissolve any negative energy that may have attached itself to you. And we were just talking about detachment. This card may also indicate your heart is guarded and a wall may need to come down to let love in. Okay, so this is amazing because yesterday I went on a really long rant about detachment. Thank you for those of you who said it was for me. You make me feel so validated in my ranting. But I feel like you've been manifesting someone, whether past person or old, you know, maybe you had your, like this card said, you had your heart broken. I feel like maybe you're someone who wants this to come in, but this card is saying that you might have built a wall that's blocking it right now. And that's what I was talking about yesterday with detachment, that we can build blockages by holding on to things, by putting energy into it, by watching them online, by obsessing over it, by constantly looking for someone new, like, you know. So yeah, so this card says there might be a wall up allowing that from coming in. Pink fluorite will also assist you to stabilize your aura and aid in psychic work, as it also operates with the third eye chakra. That's why it's purple. This is a perfect combination while working with heart issues. Allow your inner wisdom to help you through this situation. Maybe you are being guided to truly find what your heart desires. What makes your heart sing? Follow your intuition and come from a place of love, because when you do, you will no longer need protection of any sort. Your heart will shine so strong, nothing will influence it. This is also a time to bring in balance and structure to your world. Fluorite has a beautiful, solid shape. Call on this crystal to help you bring structure and balance back to your life. So, this is fluorite. This is green fluorite, but it's fluorite. I have more, just not within my grasp, not within my reach, I mean. Anyway, maybe I'll just leave this out because this seems like it's, you know, anyway. So, my friends, that's what we're seeing for you. It does say pink fluorite, amethyst quartz, optical calcite. So, what's really interesting is what's on the bottom of the deck, because this is 7, which is chariot energy, and on the bottom of the deck we do have communication. So perhaps you're someone who felt that wall up. Perhaps you're someone, you know, who had your heart broken, not recently. Perhaps some of you just had your heart broken. The ones who are closer to having that wall down and being detached, I'm seeing communication coming in. And for those of you who are feeling like that wall is up, this is kind of your sign to work on detachment and work on releasing. Thanks, puppies, for the confirmation. Somebody said that's confirmation, so I'm just going to go with it. That's confirmation from my 3 dogs. Anyway, I can suggest, I do listen to releasing energetic attachments. I listen to a meditation all night, and I have to say, you guys, it really does help. Maybe I'll go post it on my page later. I think I've posted it before, but I'll post it again. It's like 8 hours. I listen to it every single night, and I do feel much better. But yeah, it's like someone talking to you all night in a very soothing voice, telling you that you're great and you deserve amazing things, and it just seeps into your consciousness. So I highly suggest it. So yeah, we do have communication here. So let's look at that. Perhaps maybe some of you have a problem communicating since this heartbreak. 3, like I said, is Empress energy. So whatever's your situation, I do think that Spirit's saying it's time to balance your own feminine and masculine energy, because this one talks about creating more structure in your life, more stability, grounding yourself, working on your home, working on your finances. Believing, one thing about masculine energy is that they know their worth. Like masculine energy, that's Emperor energy, they know their worth. They're not afraid to go after what they want. They know how they, what they deserve. It's a powerful energy, and it's important that we learn how to harness both those energies within ourselves, not just the one that we were assigned to at birth. We all have feminine and masculine energies within us. So right now, this is saying, to embody more of that masculine energy and to structure your life right now, to work on your structure, to work on your independence. A lot of people who have someone new come into their life, it happens when their head is down and they're working on themselves. Same with somebody coming back. Sometimes what we chase, Chariot energy, is always out of our grasp. So Spirit's saying to really focus on yourself right now and to embody this Empress energy as well, which is more the feminine side of it, which is not chasing that which doesn't want to be caught. It's knowing your worth. It's letting things come to you. It's nurturing yourself. So, yeah. Communication is the key message here. Whatever that word is. Shalcanthite? Is that it, you guys? Help me. Shalcanthite? Is that what it says? Works with your throat chakra to help you communicate. And because it is a cluster of crystals, it is usually good for communicating within a group situation or with a partner or friend. If you have drawn this card, oh dear. If you have drawn this card, it is a time for you to express yourself, allowing the expression to manifest in the way that works best for you to get across what you have to say. Communication comes in many forms, whether it is verbal, written, or through art. Set a clear intention or goal and speak it into being. Let your true being express itself in uninhibited manner. Stand strong and speak your truth and be real. Push aside any cares of not being accepted, because if you protect this, you will receive it. No, if you project this, you will receive it. When you are confident to speak your truth, you will attract people who resonate with what you have to say. There will always be someone who does not believe what you have to say or does not like it, but their feelings are about them and not you. When you have something you want to say, but it feels like you cannot say it, you may create an imbalance in this chakra. This can lead to throat issues, such as a sore throat, a constant cough, or the sensation of something stuck in your throat. How I wish I had known this, how I wish I had known this 8 years ago. I remember 8 years ago, I was going through a really hard time. I was really unhappy, but I couldn't figure out why. I had everything I wanted, but I felt unfulfilled. And every time I swallowed, I had pain in my throat. And I was convinced there was something really wrong with me. I was convinced there was nothing wrong with me. But reading this, it's like, oh, that's what it was. Anyway, where was I? If you refuse to say what you need to, this can progress further, with the energy backing up into other chakras. If you truly feel you cannot speak your truth, write out what you really want to say on a piece of paper and burn it. Keep a diary in which you can write down anything that is on your mind. You could also channel this energy into painting or drawing. It doesn't matter if you feel you are not good at it. It is the act of doing that is key here. No one needs to see but you, so just do and don't judge the final outcome. You never know. Once you stop judging your ability, you might find a satisfying new hobby. And you guys, I almost called you. Sometimes because I have so many kids, I say children. And I almost called you guys my children. Anyway, I'm feeling called to share something with you after I'm done. But if you feel that you have things left unsaid because of this heartbreak or because of this breakup, you know, you're allowed to say them. You're allowed to speak your truth. It's funny, my throat feels sore right now as I'm speaking. You know, you can send it to that person or you can burn it. I used to write things down, and then I think it might have been during like a super moon or super full moon or something. I actually went and grabbed everything I had ever journaled and written and I burned it all. And it was amazing. But anyway, if you can't tell this person, like, I'm not saying rush out and communicate, but if you do feel like you have blocked energy, that you have something that's left unsaid, there's no one that says you can't say it. Like, it doesn't, you can speak your truth. You can always speak your truth. You shouldn't always follow your intuition. But if you can't speak to this person, you can write it down. Especially, you know, if you're in no contact. I can even use friends and family as an example. I've written my family letters because I can't speak to them. So anyway, the thing about channeling it into art, that's what I want to talk about. Oh, this is going to be a long one. That's something I did when I first started spiritual awakening, whatever I'm trying to say. And I was like, oh, I can't draw. So I just started, you know, I didn't care that I couldn't do it. I just started doing it. And one thing I started doing was I actually started doodling. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean. Hang on. It's show and tell time. If you don't want to see this, just skip ahead and don't judge my artwork. So I'm going to show you one that I did, which I absolutely love, which is this one. So I don't know how to draw, but I knew how to draw an orca. And so I drew an orca, and then I decided to doodle on it. And it took me hours, and I thought about the things that I wanted in life. I thought about feelings that I needed to process. It's just, I tell people in my personals, you know, even if you don't think you can, you should try it, because it's a very beautiful way to process feelings. And what's interesting is when I look back, I see so many, you know, tarot symbolism. Like, I see it. I see the sun. I see the Wheel of Fortune with circles. I did this before I started reading tarot or watching tarot. There's lotuses everywhere. I have like 3 hearts here, kind of making me feel the 6 of Cups energy. Anyway, it's interesting looking at it now. It's really interesting looking at it now. So like this one, I did this one before I started reading tarot. And again, it doesn't need to be, you know, it doesn't need to be art. Some of you ask about my counterpart journey, and, you know, I went through a time where I didn't know what was happening to me, and I didn't have anybody to talk to about it. So I did spend a lot of time just trying to figure out who I wanted to be and where I wanted my life to go, because I was, you know, awakening in a way that I couldn't explain to anybody in my actual life. Anyway, this is another one I did. So yeah, the initials are for my kids. Like, I couldn't draw, so I just doodled. Anyway, you see, I framed it. But look, who am I? I had no idea who I was. And before I finished this picture, I wrote in the bottom, whoever you want to be. Anyway, I do suggest putting some time and energy into that. It is a very good way. People ask how to detach and how to change your frequency. That's one way, because you lose yourself in it. And it doesn't have to be drawing. It could be anything. You know, you want to get some Play-Doh and play with that, modeling clay, dancing, singing, whatever it is for you. It's very helpful. So thank you. It's funny because growing up I would never do show and tell. I'd always be sick that day. Anyway, so let's get you another card. We have inspiration. That's very interesting, because I was just talking about doing things that inspire you, doing things that light up your soul. 23 equals 5, which is about change. So we have a lot of information going on here. I do see someone who's perhaps doesn't have closure, has had their heart broken. And really what I'm seeing in this reading is to somehow get your feelings out. So journaling, you can do releasing on the full moon, where you write down your feelings and then you burn them. You know, if you're dealing with a really complicated soul connection, it is hard to go to your friends for advice. You can even talk to your spirit guides, like just talk to yourself about it and know that your spirit guides are listening, your higher self is listening. Listen to my throat as I'm talking about communicating it. Just get it out there. And that's what I mean with my drawing. I had to get it out of me somehow. I had to get it out of me somehow. I have way more that I could show you guys, but thankfully they're pinned to my wall, so you're safe. Anyway, I do see the message here of someone who needs to work on themselves, listen to their intuition too. High Priestess. There goes a four-wheeler. That's the only thing that's out in this weather. Listen to your intuition. 3, Empress energy. Nurture yourself. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. Know that it's not your fault that it didn't work out. Know that it's not your fault that your person, you know, things just couldn't be the way you wanted them to be. It isn't your fault. And to find out what inspires you to work on your own passion here while you're going through this change. With 5, Hierophant energy, perhaps, you know, you're inspired to do something spiritually, or, you know, like this. There is something about kind of letting your intuition guide you right now, because you are protected. On the bottom, we also have self-love. So here's another message of taking care of yourself, focusing on yourself. It's 4, which is Emperor energy. And I was talking about embodying masculine energy and focusing on yourself, your structure, your foundation. You know, the Emperor does not have self-esteem issues. The Emperor is very proud in who he is. It doesn't matter your gender. So remember, we're always striving to be the Emperor and the Empress energy, if we can, if we're lucky enough to, you know, feel that, embody that. So really focusing on yourself right now. I'm seeing soul healing. And this, you know, is devil energy, so releasing attachment, detaching. All right, let's get another one. I said 1. I said 1. Look, this wanted to come out. All right, I get it. That's interesting because earlier when communication was on the bottom, I peeked at this one and I was like, nah. And Spirit was like, yeah. I love it. You know, I used to be so lonely and I used to watch Tarot and I used to watch her talk to Spirit and how she like had this really unique relationship with Spirit. And I was always like, I wonder what that's like. I wonder how you do that. You start talking to Spirit. That's what you do. You just start talking to Spirit and believing that they're there. Anyway, I love it. I know you guys are sick of hearing this, but I keep getting comments about how insensitive I am because I laugh. And I just, if some people knew the life I've had, you would understand why now I laugh. And I didn't laugh as a child. I wasn't allowed. And I didn't laugh for the next, 30 years. I know. They're just jealous. They're just jealous. They don't have that happiness. I don't mean actually jealous, but they're just wounded. All right, so I feel like I'm supposed to read the spirit guides one because I've been talking about spirit guides and how if you can't communicate to your person, communicate to your spirit guides. I'm serious. Just start talking to yourself. I always talked to myself when I was younger, and I was told that was weird. And now when I see people dancing to themselves on the street at the bus stop or talking to themselves, I no longer judge them because what a jerk I was to judge them. Anyway, you're never alone because you have your higher self. So start talking to yourself. Anyway. Spirit Guides Communication Direction, and it's on page 14, which is, oh my gosh, this is amazing, which is temperance, which is what I was talking about with the masculine and feminine energies needing to balance. Confirmation. All right. Let's read it for you, my friend. Your guides are communicating with you now. Celestite. I have Celestite. Where's my Celestite? Hang on. I know I have Celestite. Here it is. Yay. Celestite. Whatever you say. Celestine? What did I say? Celestite. Oh dear. I was not feeling very well when I came up here, but now I feel very uplifted to be with you, my friends. Celestite, or is it Celestite? Is it Celestite or Celestite? Celestite helps you work with your higher chakras to enable you to communicate with your spirit guides. It brings calm and direction when you are in need. Yes, this is what I tell people. It makes you feel like you're not alone. It gives you a sense of comfort to have someone to talk to, even though you don't really understand who you're talking to. Just start talking to them. And eventually you'll realize that little voice in your head that guides you, not the ego, the sane one, is your spirit guide or your higher self. Anyway. Your guides are always there no matter what the circumstance, and they are here to help you now. If ever we ask for help, it is always given. You also need to listen to hear their answers. Spirit sends messages in many ways. They can be very subtle, just like the subtle color of the stone. Discover how Spirit communicates with you. Do you hear things? Do you just know things? Yes. I mean, I'm not saying yes for me. I'm saying, yeah. You may see or smell certain things or just receive images or words in your head. It is different for everyone. But the important thing for you is to trust in what you receive and how you receive it. In order for you to receive any information or help, you must also be open to receive. Take notice of whether you don't like to accept help when offered from people. Are you the kind of person who tends to push through alone and never let on that you are in need of help? Are you skeptical of anything? How do you take a compliment? This may be an indication that you are not open to receive, and I love that because that's absolutely true. I think this is a very interesting card because those were all things I struggled with and now don't struggle with as much now that I've learned to communicate with my guides or whatever you believe in. I didn't know how to take a compliment. I didn't know how, like, I've asking for help. It depends who you're asking help for, right? Anyway, keep that in mind, you guys. Many people are good at giving, but not receiving. If you are the type to always give yourself, my Queen of Cups, where are you? My Queenses of Cupses. My Queens of Cupses, listen. If you are the type to always give of yourself, but feel drained a lot by all of your efforts, it may be time for you to open yourself to receiving. How do you do this? Say the affirmation until you firmly believe it. I am open to receiving. And you can't just say it like it's a magic spell and it comes true. You have to say it and say it and say it and say it and think it and think it and think it and say it and think it and say it and say it and think it until it becomes just part of your existence. I often tell you guys that I put an affirmation that said I was valuable and lovely just the way I was, and I stuck it everywhere until I didn't have to look at it anymore. So maybe this is one you should write on your mirror or whatever. I am open to receive. Everybody, let's say it. I am open to receive. And imagine, your heart opening when you say that, okay? Or even your third eye if you're talking about spirit guides, depending on what you're asking for. If you're hoping for love, imagine your heart opening, saying, I am open to receive. If you're wanting to hear from your spirit guides, imagine your third eye chakra and say, I am open to receive. I know I sound like a crazy lady, don't I? Ugh, who am I? I just don't even recognize myself anymore. Where was I? Allow yourself to receive from others. Allow the help that you ask for to be given to you. Spirit has much wisdom if we only allow ourselves to receive. And now when Spirit starts sending you signs and synchronicities, something that people do, including me, just like, oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 everywhere. Oh, I'm seeing 2, 2, 2 everywhere. Oh, look at that. That's a coincidence. Oh, I see another number synchronicity. And then eventually you just start seeing the same ones. And maybe they lessen. Are you looking them up? Because I always say, I feel like I'm in a counseling session or something. Or like a class. This doesn't even feel like a reading at this point. I'm not in control of myself right now. Intuition is a muscle. So once you start receiving signs and synchronicities from Spirit and you start seeing, things that make you think of your person, or you have whatever signs you're seeing, whatever repetitive symbols you're seeing, start looking them up. Because once you start looking them up and understanding them, Spirit's like, oh, you're getting more advanced. Okay, here you go. Here's some more signs and synchronicities. And those ones are even crazier. And if you do the work and you learn the language, intuition becomes a very crazy thing. Not crazy like, not like, not crazy, but like crazy pants. To the point where you start to have intuitive downloads about things that don't even matter. It's so weird. Anyway, you'll see what I mean. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I want to get you guys some tarot. I don't even know who's still here. What do I want to use? Which deck? What deck do I want to use for you guys today? I feel like I want to use the Panda deck. I just love the Panda deck. So we do have the Emperor here, which we were talking about, you embodying masculine energy. to take control of your life, no matter your gender. And look at this, working on your foundation and your stability and your independence and your self-worth and your self-esteem and your ability to receive. Nine of Pentacles is so open to receiving, things just fly at them, okay? So that's what you want. You want to be in that Nine of Pentacles energy where you're completely open to whatever the universe shows you. Anyway, I think that's very interesting that the Emperor and Nine of Pentacles are here, because that's what we're seeing you needing to do, is kind of be your own person right now. Take back your power, so to speak. Death. Oh my gosh, how crazy is that? Yeah, so it's time to work on yourself. And that doesn't mean your person will never come back. It just means, I feel like I have some pile 3 people in here from yesterday. It just means that now's the time to focus on you. It's your part of the spotlight's on you now, okay? I know it's uncomfortable to have the spotlight on you, but it's on you now. We have the Two of Wands. So moving forward, you know, finding a direction, maybe finding your soul path. We have the Knight of Swords. So it could be that you resonate with chaser energy. Perhaps because I was talking about the more you chase something, the further out of your grasp, or the more it eludes you, whatever the technical wording is of that one. We have the Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh. This is crazy, because we were just talking about the Queen of Cups, overgiving, learning how to give to yourself. Anyway. I love tarot continues to surprise me. Every reading I do, it just blows me away. It just blows me away. One more shuffle. Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands, Seven of Wands. You could be blocked right now, or you could have, you know, your defenses up against this person, or you could be blocked for some of you. I just keep hearing it's time to take back your power. All right. This is interesting because we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Swords in reverse is the end of deception. It's the end of lies. It's the end of hiding. It's, you know, the Seven of Swords in the upright can talk about, whoa, okay, are we angry or what? That's interesting. Did you see that? That's really interesting. We have the Queen of Swords here, and I kept saying you need to take your power back. So you could very well be in Queen of Swords energy. That was very strange. That felt almost, I don't know, that was weird. Anyway, the Seven of Swords is an energy of, you know, manipulation, hiding things, holding back. So with the communication card, if you've been holding back a truth, there is, you know, there is this energy of revealing that or getting that out. Four-wheeler again. Getting that off of your chest, you know, getting it out into the universe, however you have to do that. It doesn't mean you have to message this person, but I definitely, like, there's some blockages here. Yeah. We have 7-7. So 7 was the first card that I opened to, and then it was the first card that came out in the shuffle. And now we've got 2 of them on the bottom. And 7s are about, oh no, I moved my paper. 7s are about disharmony, I believe. Okay, I'm gonna read you these because I believe you need to hear them. So this is on page 30, and it's a 7. And remember in the very beginning, 7 and 3. So there's a strong message here about Empress energy, embodying your own masculine energy, and, you know, moving forward, whatever that means. And that doesn't mean you're leaving this person in the dark or in the past. Maybe you don't want this person back. It just means that you're moving forward with your own life. Do not let fear control you. Learning and growing come with new contexts and opportunities. You are feeling called to do new things without always knowing whom or what you can trust. Seeing this number reminds you to be spontaneous and courageous, but also smart and cautious. It's okay to have a backup plan. When you see this number, create a list of what you are scared of and what you can do to mitigate those fears. So, my friends, you have some work to do. Get some paper and a pen. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There's no homework here. Except loving yourself. That's a requirement. Face fear. Okay, here we go again. 7. Face fear. Trust the divine. Your angels are asking you to release the fear of the unknown and trust the universe and give up your control of what's going to happen next. Your angels are telling you to not fear the future, but rather to embrace it with the faith that it's all in your best interest. It is perfect in the design brought to you by your most trusted guardian angels. Okay. And it was on page 223, which is 7. 7. Anyway, if you've been here a while, you get my 7 joke. But anyway, this can also be you actually releasing control of this situation and moving forward. Like, you don't have to wait for anybody. And just because you're moving forward with your life and you're not wallowing and, you know, waiting for someone doesn't mean that they won't come back. It's actually wallowing and waiting that keeps them not from coming back. It causes that resistance. So detachment. I'm posting that thing tonight, detachment. I'm posting it. All right. I want to see. Let's look at your current energy. We have the 6 of Cups. So I do feel like you're longing for someone from your past. I definitely feel like you're longing for the good old days, or you're thinking about your ex, or you're thinking about memories, and that's okay. It's definitely okay. What's interesting is this is the 6 of Cups, which does talk about getting in touch with your inner child. So I just want to go back to what I was saying about drawing. You know, it's funny because one of the comments I get the most from you guys is that you think my inner child just shines through. And I had to work to find that inner child, and I still lose her a lot of the time, sadly. I actually did meditations for healing childhood wounds, where you envision going back in time and comforting your child self in that situation, even though, you know, somebody may be screaming at you, you may be scared. You imagine yourself walking into that situation, kneeling down, hugging that child, telling them it's going to be okay, telling them that it, you know, it won't hurt forever, and that, you know, someday you'll be me. Some meditations will actually suggest that you take that child's hand and take them with you. Anyway, I'm getting really emotional. I'm sorry. It's just I'm picking up on the energy. So yeah, doing things like drawing. You see, like, I started collecting toys and figurines and things that interested me. And I really got in touch with my inner child. And there is a sense of you needing to do that right now. I can't believe how emotional I'm getting right now. It's crazy. I do feel like you're missing possibly someone you were married to, or someone that you wanted to be married to, or a counterpart here. I think you're spending a lot of time thinking about them, and you're probably having a hard time letting them go, and that's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you, you know, it doesn't make you less than or pathetic, or an idiot or any of the things we like to tell ourselves. You're not delusional. Anyway, so that's what we're seeing current energy right now. I feel like you're thinking about someone. You're thinking about someone from your past. Someone, you know, 4 of Wands. I mean, we have a 10 again, 6 and 4, 10. I just think whatever's happening to you now is happening in divine timing, and this is your chapter. This is the you chapter where you focus on you. It's like the one of my dear clients called it the eat, pray, love, the eat, pray, love portion of the journey. If you guys know what I mean by that, eat, pray, love, the movie. But anyway, it's time to focus on you. I just went to shuffle. That was weird. I want to see how they're feeling about whatever this heartache is here. How do you feel about this connection? We have the 6 of Wands. So I see this as something that you wanted it to work out. You wanted it to be successful. You wanted to be, I think you wanted commitment. You wanted public recognition that you guys were a couple is what I'm seeing. And that's, you know, that's fine that you wanted that. You deserve that. We also have Justice on the bottom, and Justice is showing me that you're thinking about perhaps the imbalance that was in this connection. Maybe this person lied to you. Maybe they, you know, didn't take accountability. You could feel like this panda here right now, and you could feel, you know, like you have no power. You could feel powerless right now. With the 6 of Wands, this could have been someone who made you feel very unloved and very neglected. And especially with the Justice card here. We also have 6-6. It's interesting how the numbers are syncing up, you guys. Definitely part of your destined journey here. This is what you need. This is what you need to grow now, to move forward, even if it is with this person. I want to see the current energy of this person. I mean, I'm just going to look. I want to know. What is their person's current energy? Okay, so Temperance wanted to come out, but it didn't. I'm going to keep shuffling, but I wanted to mention it because Temperance does show this person balancing their energies or trying to. And that's very symbolic of mirroring. So now it feels like you're supposed to balance your energies. This is their energy right now. They're unable to move on from you. 6 of Swords. This is someone who's unable to move on from you. There is conflict here. For some of you, I am hearing that perhaps this isn't the Queen of Wands, but we do have the Queen of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing is this person can't let go of your energy. They can't let go of this Queen of Pentacles energy. So you could have been very nurturing to them. You could be really down to earth. You could be very patient. What's that like? You could be a mother. For some of you, it could be that this person, well, no, I'm asking about this person's current energy when it comes to this connection. And this is showing that they're unable to move on from you. Interesting. I just wanted to say for some of you, it's not the Queen of Wands. It is the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, possibly this person has like a wife or even a wife they have a business with, I'm hearing, that maybe it makes it difficult for this person to come towards you. But that's just for some of you. For most of you, I'm hearing this person hasn't been able to let you go. And newsflash, that's why you can't detach, you poor thing, if you can't detach. That's why. All right, I want to see how this person is feeling about you. That came out right away. So there is this energy that they sabotaged this connection by probably not being balanced. It's very interesting how we have 666 here now. The numbers in your this is an important reading. I can feel it. 666, interesting. So Six of Pentacles does show they want to give you equal give and take. They want to give you reciprocity. We have the image of justice here again with the scales. It's interesting because when I asked how you felt and how they felt about each other, I am getting that there was an imbalance here where you were possibly giving, and then your cup ran empty. Maybe, you know, this person was great at receiving and you were great at giving, but they sucked at giving and you sucked at receiving. I don't mean that like you're doing it on purpose. It's an energetic thing caused by childhood wounding and stuff like that, by like Five of Swords energy. This is definitely someone who feels like they messed this up and sabotaged this connection. I want to see what is coming next for this connection. Let's see that. What?
Hello, my friends. So, my camera, or my video thing, my whatever it is, stopped recording. So I'm a little angry because I went through all the cards and I had decided, oh, I'll do charms since this is going so well. But yeah, so I realized when I went to do charms and I stood up that it had stopped recording. I believe it stopped recording here, but I can't be sure. You'll know because you just watched it. I believe I had talked about this card, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'm just trying to keep the cards kind of straight in my head. I have them all kind of back here. So what we had was I had asked near future energy, and we had the Emperor and Strength come out, and I had been saying that, oh my gosh. First of all, there were so many synchronicities in your reading. It was crazy. I don't even know if I think most of them happened after it stopped recording. We had lots of 3s. We had lots of 6s, lots of 7s. Then we started getting lots of 9s, which are symbolic of you focusing on yourself right now. So let me just explain what's happening here. So near future energy, we have the Emperor and the Strength card, and this shows you taking control of your life. It also shows for some of you who have been detaching and, you know, it's been a while. There was something about the moon came out at one point, so for some of you, if you've been detaching for a while and you're feeling better and you're focusing on yourself and all of those things, I do see this person taking action towards you here in the near future. And we see the strengthening of a bond. This is perhaps a test of communication. The other thing that I was seeing was that this is you, you know, working on your foundation if you're not there yet. This is you focusing on your own confidence, your own strength, near future. Now, I did ask for near future. I asked for near future energy with this connection. And we had 10 of Wands and Justice come out. And that shows someone choosing a direction, choosing a path, making a plan, and then we have Justice. So I do see someone planning to come in here, planning to perhaps apologize, to compromise, to make things right here. I did say for some of you, you may not want this person back, and that's okay. Maybe it will just give you the closure that you need to move forward. But I do think this is a connection where the person, you know, after you guys both focus on yourselves, this person's going to come back around once they grow a little. I kept saying it's the chapter of you, like be the main character in your own story right now. This next little journey is about you, and working on yourself and finding your power and finding your confidence. And it's really about giving up control. I did mention, you know, I know it's hard to go through this. But you have to think of it like, I was trying to explain spirit guides and, You know, imagine your spirit guide put this person. I wish we could have the clarity of this, but like imagine if, you know, your guide said, look, your person's over there on that island. You just have to go through hell to get there. You got to go in this little boat and it's going to leak and it's going to be storming and you may get seasick and you may get attacked by, you know, piranhas, but you will get there and they're there waiting. What would you do? You'd get in that boat. So you got to think about this time as that boat. Not that it's meant to feel like piranhas are biting you, but it's, think about hanged man energy. That's where you reflect and go within in order for growth. And that's what needs to happen here is growth and communication, apparently. The next thing I asked was, I said, what do you want to happen with this connection? What are your intentions with this connection? And the 10 of Swords in reverse came out. I think it's amazing that those two came out because they had come out, or the Emperor had come out. That was the bottom of the card energy, right? In the very beginning. So I did think it was magical that that popped out. But this shows me 10 of Swords in reverse, that you still want a future with this person. You would want to reconcile with them. I feel like your intentions are to put this back together. Some of you could be counterparts with that broken mirror. 7 could be relevant because we have a broken mirror and you know the expression 7 years of bad luck. I wish I could remember if I had read, before it stopped recording, if I had read you about 7s, because it was about not giving into fear, not giving into the chaos. Like I had said 7s are about disharmony. So Spirit's saying 7, 7, 7, 7, like don't give in to the disharmony. Don't give in to the fear of how it feels right now. I'm so upset. I channeled so many beautiful messages and I can't, they just don't come back because that's not how channeling works. Anyway, I guess they weren't meant to be heard today. So then I asked your person's intentions. And we had, no, that's not right. I don't know what happened to their intentions. I don't know what happened to their intentions. Let's get one. Maybe one of those was intentions. Do you see what happens when it does that? Grr. Grr. Let's see their intentions for this connection. Oh yes, the 7 of Pentacles. That's what it was. The 7 of Pentacles shows, hang on. I figured it out. When I saw that 7 of Pentacles, I remembered what card it was, so I went and got it. So it was a Page of Pentacles for their intentions, and that does show an apology. And in near future, we do have an apology. We have someone taking accountability. We see the scales balancing. The Page of Pentacles does show this person intends to grow here. And they intend to change. They intend to stabilize here. Now, for their next actions, these two cards came out. So we have the King of Wands and the Page of Swords. And that shows the King of Wands is someone who takes action. The Page of Swords, I remember I was getting a message that it may take this person time. This could be someone who's in school. So maybe they have to finish school first. Maybe they don't have, you know, enough energy to also learn about themselves and this connection. The Page of Swords makes me think of someone who's learning about themselves. So perhaps it'll take this person, depending on where you are in your journey, a little while to come in. Because if you just ended things, they still have a lot to learn. But for actions, we see regeneration. We see this person taking action towards this with the King of Wands. This is someone who's taking control of their love life. So perhaps it is a student who needs to wait until they're done school so that they can take control of their love life. That's just for some of you. Mainly, though, the King of Wands is someone who is in charge of the love department and taking action towards love connections. And that comes after they feel more stable, like the Emperor, once they feel like they can have a connection. For advice, we had the Nine of Pentacles come out, and I just loved it for you. We also had the Hermit come out, and that's when I said nines now, like the fact that you had 3, 3, 3s, 4s, 6s, 7s, now 9s. Nines are very symbolic of the evolution of your soul, of working on yourself, improving yourself, being independent. So Spirit's saying, you know, really focus on yourself right now. It doesn't need to be about moving on or letting go. Call this the chapter where you focus on you. You're the main character of your own story. I did talk a little bit about self-confidence, you know, and about how I can see why people make comments about me in my comment section that are hurtful, because I am vibrating at a very high frequency, which I'm a little in shock about myself, because I was never that person. I always had really low self-esteem, low self-worth, hated myself, hated my voice, hated my hands. Oh my gosh, have you guys ever seen the episode of Seinfeld with the woman who has really large hands? All my life, well, since I saw that episode when I was young, I always said I was that lady. And like every time I'm in a cafe where there's little cups, I'm like, look at my big hands. Anyway, things like that's how badly I hated myself, okay? I hated my hands. Anyway, so, and a lot of us aren't taught to love ourselves. We're not taught how to love ourselves or to be independent. Oh, here it comes. The message is coming back. Yes. So a lot of us are pressured into growing up and getting married. A lot of us are pressured into not being single, not dying alone, not being an old maid, not being an old bachelor, you know, all the things that people label people with. Friends will tell you, like, why aren't you seeing anyone? You should date. And I think that more time needs to be focused on us falling in love with ourselves first, because it is true that you need to love yourself before you can believe. Yeah, Wally says, yeah, you need to love yourself before you believe that anyone else will love you. And when I had low self-esteem and I was under my storm cloud like Eeyore, I always used to call myself Eeyore. I used to say, that's a bunch of crap. Like, I was such a different person. So right now is the time where you embody this self-confidence. And the Nine of Pentacles is when you know that you have everything you need. You don't need anybody else. You don't need anything else. Everything that you have, and I'm not talking about material, everything you have comes from within you. That's Nine of Pentacles energy. And when you're in this energy, when you're focusing on yourself, you do become irresistible. You become very attractive. It's just a fact. Your vibrations start rising and you start holding yourself differently, appearing more confident, attracting things in. So that's your advice, to really work on your own foundation right now, learn how to love yourself, you guys. That's what I want for you. That's what I want for you. So I hate when that happens. Wally agrees. So I had shuffled out a card, and I was like, I whispered, stop, when this came out. Because it is, I mean, you see it here, Emperor Penguins. I did spend a little time talking about March of the Penguins, which ripped my heart out when I watched it. I will never watch it again. Once was enough for me. But these penguins mate for life. And even when their mate passes away, they never reconnect with another penguin of the opposite gender. You will see masculines who have lost their feminine when their feminine was out hunting. You'll actually see them become friends and become like partners, so to speak, but not in the same sense. More like companions. So anyway, there is this energy of Hierophant energy, commitment, you know, this key. He's the only penguin that holds the key to that penguin's heart. We do have Magician energy and Emperor energy, which came out in the beginning of your reading. You know, taking control of your life, manifesting what you want. Excuse me. So when this came out, I did decide right away to read you the protection message. And the protection message, which I just opened to like that without even knowing what page. That was weird. That's very strange. I just opened, anyway. You guys know how I search through the books. I just opened that. I was gonna say, numerology, 156 is 12, which equals 3, Empress energy. 157 equals 13, which equals 4, which is Emperor energy. 4 and 1, 5, Hierophant energy. Wally has his zoomies. Wally's getting excited. An important relationship brings you to your knees. This is the kind of soulmate who comes with a powerful gift. Your patterns and all your old stories that don't serve your well-being enter this dynamic so that you can heal them. This person is called to a sacred task to help you learn, even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even inconceivable. And I added the first time I read this, or even if it makes you feel like you're being delusional. The question is not, why did they do this to me? But rather, what is the gift in this? Look in the mirror. You will only be changed for the better. And I thought it was really interesting how we have this kind of broken mirror. So that could be symbolic for some of you. 7 could be an important number for you in this connection. Maybe you've been in no contact for 7 months, 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 years. Maybe you were together 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months, 7 years. However it resonates for you. And then I got charms because I don't usually get charms anymore. Not always. I decided to get you charms and letters. And I even wanted to get you a rune. And then I discovered that I don't know what that rune is because I just have to find it in this little book. Hang on. And that's when I paused it to find it and realized it had stopped recording. So now I'm just gonna make you bear with me here through this. Okay, so we have hummingbird. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So this one, like I said in my other one that you'll never see, I have runes. I haven't used them a lot. I want to start learning about them more, so I thought I'd get you one. And this one is Wunjo Hummingbird. Joy, pleasure, belonging, kindreds, prosperity. I love this. This is a wonderful rune for health and happiness spells. Sprinkle a ground vanilla pod in the shape of the rune on your warm morning drink. Interesting. So I'm actually reading out of my animal rune deck, but it's the same rune. Let me just get it for you so that it makes sense. Hang on. No, it wasn't that one. It's this one. Beautiful, isn't it? That's what came out for you. The hummingbird is joyful as he dances in between flowers. His happy energy and satisfaction and harmony with life brings his wishes into being. That is totally 9 of Pentacles energy. Totally 9 of Pentacles energy. He dances his dance surrounded by the jewel-like flashes of his friends and family. This is an ecstatic energy and is most welcome in a reading. It has a certain bittersweetness as the final rune of the first Ayit. I don't know what that means. Bringing the whisper of change or a shift, like the first rays of a sunset after a perfect day. When this delightful rune pops up, you can expect joy, fellowship, and harmony. A symbol of well-being, it brings love, prosperity, and fulfillment. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it is on page 16 and then 17. So, you know, that is tower energy and then star energy. So destruction and then healing. Meow. All right, so for charms, we have Q, W, J, Z, T, O, P, I, L, Lip. Maybe a person's name is Lip. Maybe you watch Shameless. Philip. I mean, it says flip, but you get where I'm going. Maybe Philip or Phil. Maybe your person flips houses. Maybe you flip houses. X. Maybe you flipped out. A, N, X, E, N, G, C, D, S, O, C, W. So there's your letters. And if your initials aren't there, it doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. These are just meant for extra confirmations, my friends. And let's get you some charms. So, oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. Oh, I'm sending you guys love. Who's ever feeling brokenhearted, I'm sending you lots of love and light. Kiss. Mwah. We have a Christmas stocking, so maybe you guys had this separation during Christmas. I find this flower so sad because it's missing a petal. So maybe, you know, I'm hearing Missing Piece by Vance Joy. Is that his name? When I'm in a room with you, my missing piece is found. So maybe you feel like you're missing this person. There's a lot of red here, you guys. Lots of red. Interesting. We have a starfish. So if you guys remember, oh my gosh, if you guys remember the starfish card that I have in the Animal Apothecary, it talks about how healing is within you. Healing cannot be found outside yourself or in a bottle or in a book. It comes from within. We have a child, a boy. That could also be a page if you like in the tarot pages. We have a kitty cat. Wally, there's a kitty cat. We have a wrench, working it, making it work. Takes a little longer. We have peace, so peace and harmony. We have a cloud. I was talking about Eeyore and the cloud over my head. We have a black star, interesting, very symbolic of, you know, star energy, healing. We have a cycle. This is blue, which makes me think, well, first of all, circle is completion. It's world card energy. It's Wheel of Fortune energy. The fact that it's blue makes me think of communication, you guys. We have a candy cane. So again, Christmas could be symbolic. We have a flower. We have a swan. Oh my goodness gracious, my divine people. And look at this. We have two keys that look exactly like the keys on the Hierophant card. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, you tell me that's not symbolic. Look, sorry. Look! Look at those keys. And then look at those keys. Oh, look, they're kissing. Interesting. That's a sign. Hierophant energy.
And for some of you, maybe there was a third party because we have 3 keys. But yes, that's your reading, you guys. I almost didn't post it, but I felt like the beginning, like when it didn't record, I was like, oh, like maybe I'll just do this tomorrow. But I felt like there was something very powerful in the beginning of this reading that needed to be shared or heard. So that's why I kept going. So maybe after this, you feel like you can keep going, and that's what I want. So I love you guys, and I hope that your day is going well and that you have a good weekend. I'll be back tomorrow with some other kind of single reading. And yeah, thank you for your patience if you're waiting for a personal from me. I think I have 7 left that I promised by mid-February. So if you haven't heard, like if you haven't gotten it yet, hang on, it's coming. Anyway, thank you again for your patience, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a beautiful day, and I love you. Bye, my friends. Mwah.